An American sailor is scrubbing the deck when he suddenly freezes in shock. Out of nowhere, countless Japanese warplanes rush in like wild beasts and launch a surprise attack on the battleship Arizona. After the first wave of heavy bombing, the captain jumps up to give orders. But before he can command a counterattack, a second wave strikes again. The U.S. forces fire back in panic, but there are simply too many enemy planes. Their resistance barely makes any difference. Just as the captain stands there helplessly, the Japanese drop a massive bomb. In the next second, the Arizona is blown apart in the middle. Countless American sailors die in the flames. The scene is beyond tragic. When the aircraft carrier Enterprise arrives to help, it is already too late. Pearl Harbor lies in ruins. For the United States, this is a national humiliation. When President Roosevelt hears the news, he is furious. The very next day, the U.S. officially declares full-scale war on Japan. Admiral Nimitz is appointed as commander of the Pacific Fleet. After finalizing the battle plan, the U.S. immediately sends dozens of aircraft toward the Japanese carrier fleet. However, the Japanese detect them early and open intense defensive fire. Even so, the American pilots show no fear and continue flying straight through the storm of bullets. One plane reaches attack range and releases a torpedo. The torpedo races toward a Japanese carrier at extreme speed. The Japanese are terrified, but the torpedo fails to explode. Even so, they are badly shaken. At this moment, Pilot Best arrives with his second squadron. He suddenly notices a nearby Japanese airfield packed with hundreds of enemy planes. If it is not destroyed, the U.S. carriers will face serious danger. Best decides to destroy the airfield at all costs. Japanese anti-aircraft guns immediately lock onto him and unleash heavy fire. Ignoring everything, Best dives straight down at extreme speed. Just before hitting the ground, he releases a powerful bomb and pulls up hard. In the next second, the Japanese airfield explodes. Best safely climbs back into the sky. Suddenly, an enraged Japanese fighter charges straight at him. Best calmly shoots it down. Then two more Japanese fighters chase him, trying to kill him. At the critical moment, Best pulls the control stick sharply. The plane shoots upward into the clouds. The engine cuts out briefly, then restarts. He dives straight down again. With this daring maneuver, he successfully escapes the pursuit. But as he returns to the Enterprise, waves of Japanese aircraft swarm in. American anti-aircraft guns open fire, yet they cannot stop all the bombs from falling. The carrier makes a sharp turn to the right. Amazingly, the massive ship narrowly avoids the bombs. At the same time, U.S. firepower shoots down many enemy planes. Then, a damaged Japanese aircraft suddenly dives toward the Enterprise in a suicide attack. Everyone freezes in shock. At the last second, an American soldier rushes forward and unloads his weapon at the plane. The aircraft crashes before hitting the deck, saving the carrier. On April 18, 1942, U.S. aircraft carriers set sail again. This time, the target is Tokyo itself. The mission is to bomb the Japanese homeland.